go. We're back. Yeah, I can tell because the picture was on the screen. We're back. It is 6:49. We're glad that you've joined us on this Thursday morning edition of the Tennessee Valley this morning. Beautiful day shaping up, 69 degrees. We want to talk to Dr. Dennis Ford, and he's here today. First time we've had the privilege of having you on the show, but glad you came in today because we have a lot of questions for you.
Oh, great.
You are the owner of course, practicing at the Ford Pain Clinic. I probably didn't get the name right, but tell us what the name of your practice
Ford
is.
Center for Anti-Aging and Pain Management.
Anti-aging. Ooh, are you interested in that?
I'm very interested in that.
Anti-aging. Okay. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about your background, Dr. Ford.
Okay, I went to medical school at the University of Tennessee, did a family practice residency at Erlanger, then went on to Vanderbilt and did an anesthesiology residency. And did that for 20 years at Old Bradley Memorial Hospital.
Sure.
And about the last 12 years I've specialized in pain management, interventional pain management, and anti-aging medicine.
Uh-huh. Wow, so you've certainly got the credentials. Pain management, is that a fairly new field?
It's over the last 15 years or so, it's becoming an evolving new specialty. Yes.
Pain management, is that, when I think about pain management, that would be someone, maybe a patient who has chronic pain, a condition that's just not going to get any better, but you teach them how to manage the pain?
Yes, and sometimes we can take the pain away with certain interventional blocks and techniques, and if we can't, then we try to help them manage the pain best they can.
What would be a common situation where someone says, I just can't stand this pain, and what would be a common disease or problem?
Most common is neck and back pain.
Really?
Herniated disc, degenerative disc disease, that type of thing. And then other types of pain are cancer pains, chronic pain from that.
Yeah. But you practice other things as well, and one of the things that caught our attention was the anti-aging. Of course, that is something that the whole world is concerned about as we find ways to try to stay as young as we can.
Exactly.
And of course, a lot of that, I'm sure, has to do with exercise and diet, but there are other ways that you can do, I understand, that help us look and feel younger.
Yes,
so let's talk
definitely.
about that.
Okay. So the primary way, number one, is your diet. You know, the father of medicine, Hippocrates said, let medicine be your food and food be your medicine. And he said that 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
And so that's number one, is your diet, nutrition, and exercise. And from that point on, specific vitamins and nutrition, nutrients like that. And that from the next on is to look good too. If you want to feel good, and you also want to look good. And there's different things we do for that.
And what would that be?
Several things. For like the most thing that ages the fastest is usually our face. And we do different cosmetic techniques that don't involve plastic surgery, since I'm not a plastic surgeon. But there's simpler techniques. Nowadays, people don't want to do plastic surgery until till you really do need it, if they're interested in that. And most commonly, Botox injections are things we do that people really love. It's been around for about 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was discovered over about 1820, and it's been researched on over for about 100 years now.
So it has a lot of research behind it.
Definitely.
Wow.
And it still scares a lot of people.
It still does.
When
But
they think
the
about
thing about it, the first people they used it on were small children for blepharospasm and crossed eyes, young children and babies.
Really?
And so people are thinking, well, I'm scared of it, but they probably wouldn't have used it on small children if it was dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's safe in the right amounts. It's very safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you know, I mean, it's your job to know, but how do you know what's the right amount? Does it depend on the
2
patient?
years of, like I say, it's been researched on over 100 years, but the last 30, 40 years, since 1960s, it's been researched extensively. And since about the mid to late 80s, it's been researched on humans extensively. And basically, an eye doctor, ophthalmologist in Canada was doing it for blepharospasm, where the eyes contract, erect just so often it's very painful.
Yeah.
And she noticed that the wrinkles were going away when she would get the muscles to relax.
Oh.
Yeah. And then her husband was a dermatologist, and they wrote papers on it and noticed that the muscles relaxed and the wrinkles decreased, and it took off from there.
So Botox, it's called Botox therapy.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
And you treat fine lines and wrinkles in the face.
Yes.
And drooping lines at the corners of the mouth.
Yes.
Oh, these all sound so familiar.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking of the ones around my eyes
It works
right now.
perfect for around the eyes,
Yeah.
the frown lines,
Yeah.
and the globular
Right.
complex,
Right.
and the marionette lens where they droop here.
Uh-huh.
And I use it in pain management also for migraine headaches. It's like a miracle for migraine
Really?
headaches. That was the other thing that in Hollywood they started treating the wrinkles back in the early 90s, and they said, hey, what did you do? My migraine headaches are going away. And it's like when nothing else works, it's about 80% or more positive for taking migraine headaches away for 3 months or more. I've had patients that would go to the ER 1 to 2 times a week for severe migraine headaches. Once we had it approved through insurance, if they did cover it, or if not, we'd work out something else. They wouldn't have to go to the ER at all. And they'd come about every 3 to 4 months for migraine and Botox injections.
That is incredible.
It is. It's like a miracle for a select group of patients.
So there are medical uses for Botox other
Definitely.
than just to try to get a
In
better
fact,
cosmetic look.
and another one is what we call cervical dystonia, where the head is turned sideways,
Uh-huh.
and it's very painful. It works. It was approved for that. That was one of the first things it was approved for. And the other one is I've had certain patients have significant sweating under the armpits, and one of my patients has significant sweating over her scalp, and it just drives her crazy. And we've started doing that, and it's just like a miracle for these patients also.
Oh my goodness.
And it's used, neurologists use it for bladder spasms. They're talking about using it for prosthetic problems. They're doing research on that. And there's a pain it helps for neck and back pain also.
Well, what exactly, we know the term Botox, that's a common everyday word, but what is it?
It was discovered actually in 1820. They noticed people died after eating sausage in Germany. And so this scientists discovered it then, and they've researched it since that point in time. And it's a botulism toxin. But just like anything else, used in the right amounts, it can be a medicine. I mean, anything, even water can kill someone if they drink too much of it.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a lady a couple years ago in California drank too much water in a Wii contest for a computer gaming, trying to win that. She died from drinking too much water. So, and that's how anything too much of can be harmful. But if you do it in the right amount, it can be just fine.
Yeah, so it would be the same concept, I guess. They use venom from snakes to treat snake bites sometimes, or give you immunity from snake bites.
Exactly.
So this is a, you say it was a botulism?
Botulism toxin.
Botulism toxin.
And Saddam Hussein, who's
Toxin, that word
alive.
toxin bothers me.
I know. Botulism bothers me.
But it's the safest thing there is. It's the most common procedure done in the world for cosmetic. Millions are done. And rare side effects. I have never seen it, but it has been reported rare side effects.
Rare side effects.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Wow.
But the results are visible.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, how affordable is this for, the average viewer out there is thinking, I got a few lines here, and is it extremely expensive?
It's moderately expensive. We try to cut the cost to be some of the lowest around the area, probably the lowest in the area. The treatments go anywhere from $100 to up to $400 to $500, depending on how extensive, how much we have to use.
Yeah. And of course, that since it's cosmetic, the insurance doesn't pay for that.
Not for cosmetic.
Yeah.
Now a lot of them do for the migraines and pain, but not for cosmetic.
Yeah. Well, the next question, if you're going to spend $150 to $400, how long does it last?
Anywhere from 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. And usually the more you use it, the longer it lasts,
Uh-huh.
typically.
So you've been doing this for a while
About 8
in
years.
your practice?
Yes.
Wow. And I understand you're one of the best and most affordable in this area of the country.
Yes,
That's great. What other services do you offer there in your practice, Dr.?
That, and also the other one I have a passion about is anti-aging, is the bioidentical hormones. Suzanne Summers, I go to meetings where she's at, and she's an incredible lay leader for the movement of anti-aging, and it's using bioidentical hormones to keep you on top of your game till either if you're Christian until Jesus comes back, or until you die. You want to be functioning mentally, physically the best you can and feel good. And that's another passion of mine. For men, I do testosterone replacement if it drops low, or gives them energy, they feel good. The most testosterone receptors in your body are in your heart. And it strengthens your heart, actually protects against cardiac disease. It's proven in the cardiology journals.
Yeah.
And basically, we do testosterone implants. It gets you 4 to 6 months, and a lot of my men are loving it.
Yeah.
And also, we do this for women too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, wow.
It's bioidentical, and it's the way your body makes. It's not for the horses.
Yeah.
You know, it's the humans.
Okay.
Well, my own experience, I've discovered that if you eat right and exercise right, it goes a long way in keeping you healthy and keeping you feeling young.
Your health is your wealth.
Yeah, that's it. And you have to invest in your own health, don't you?
That's right.
Wow, that's great. What are some of the other things, speaking of the cosmetic part of your practice, what are some of the other things, other than the injections, that you could do to go along with the injections of Botox to keep you looking young?
We also do fillers to fill in the lines, we call the facial lines here, to kind of smooth that out. We also have a laser service where we do like some of the chemical pill or only a micro laser pill, and then we have a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. We put the patients in an hour afterwards. It speeds the healing from that. You have some downtime of anywhere from 2 to 4 days. It just gives you new looking skin. A lot of my patients love the way it looks after it heals after about 3 to 4 days to a week, and you have new skin. It's just called a laser chemical pill.
Oh, I see. And of course, another thing people can do, I've read that staying out of the sun, too much exposure to the sun is not good.
Too much is, but we need sun because our vitamin D levels, almost every American has low vitamin D levels.
Really?
Vitamin D builds bone, protects against cancer, helps your immune system from getting any kind of disease, from colds to, so we almost have a phobia of the sun. We've almost gone too far the other way. We need at least 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight exposure during the midday every day to build vitamin D.
Yeah.
Which also contributes to your mental health.
Exactly.
Because so many people suffer from SAD,
Exactly.
seasonal affect disorder, and they don't get that in the winter.
Yeah.
So that's why you have so many problems with depression in the winter.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's
Sunshine's a good thing.
To a point. Now, like
don't
you
get
said,
too
overdoing
much.
it's not good.
Don't get too much. Because I have seen some, what I call sun worshipers, like to go to the beach, and young people whose skin look leathery and wrinkled and
That's
drawn,
excess.
and it's excessive sun exposure. So don't
About
do that.
20 minutes of noonday, 20 minutes of the summer sun will give you probably 15 to 20,000 units of vitamin D3, which is, that's incredible. Like I say, for building bone, immune system, cancer, decreasing risk of cancers, actually helps blood pressure. It's the hottest topic in research now is vitamin D, the last probably 5 years.
Wow. Well, I guess the bottom line is take control of your health, and Dr. Ford can help you do that. Do you have a website?
Yes. Help me with that. FordCenters.cc.
FordCenters.cc. That's a new acronym for me. CC is, I don't know what that means, but it's not .net or .com. It's FordCenters.cc.
Yes.
Okay, well, check that out. Dr. Dennis Ford is practicing here in Cleveland, Bradley County since 1984.
Yes.
And so he is very, very well respected and very qualified to help you with those issues. If you have some of those issues and you're concerned about, give him a call, and you can find your phone number on that website.
Yes, sir.
FordCenters.cc. Check it out. 7:02. We'll be back in just a moment. Dr. Ford, I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We're going to learn how you can catch some sunshine in just a moment by taking a cruise. You're going to like that. Hold on.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Pastor Greg Casto of the United Christian Church here at 2200 Peerless Road, Cleveland, Tennessee. I want you to make plans right now to be here at our Holy Ghost Camp Meeting 2011 with signs, wonders, and miracles. Why don't you go to our website right now and get all the information or call the number on the screen, because you're not going to want to miss these day service, evening service, great speakers, choirs, singers, such great talent. You're going to want to be here in Cleveland, Tennessee.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
It is 7:05 and you're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Dan Howell. Glad you joined us today. 69 degrees. Let's check out your headline news. Cleveland and Bradley County government leaders, emergency managers, and others involved in the April 27th storm recovery gathered at Life Care Centers of America this week to learn the process for filing for FEMA reimbursement funds. EMA Director Troy Spence said currently the cost of debris cleanup is under $1 million for Bradley County. Officials originally estimated cleanup under FEMA guidelines could go as high as $10 million. The Bradley County Fire Board passed a motion to recommend the Bradley County Commission end discussion of further contracts with the Cleveland Fire Department. The current contract covers parts of the county that are in the 5-mile fringe area of the city. This contract ends June 30th of 2013. The Fire Board vote comes just a day after the County Commission voted to end discussion of merging both the city and the county fire departments. Cleveland Mayor Tom Rowland thinks Cleveland and Bradley County needs a nickname. Rowland has launched a nicknaming contest open to any area resident with a creative imagination. The mayor pointed to Chattanooga as the scenic city and Nashville as the music city and others around the country. He wants to give this community a similar distinction. Rowland says the nickname should be one that tells the story of the area, best describes its heritage, its people, and its overall perception. The winner gets a $1,000 cash prize. Entries should be submitted to Tourism Director Melissa Woody at the Chamber of Commerce here in Cleveland. Cleveland Amateur Radio Club plans to set up communications at historic Red Clay State Park. The full-scale communication service will be held June 25th and 26th to allow members to hone their individual skills in the mechanics of working in post-disaster conditions without modern conveniences such as commercially produced electricity. The event will run until around noon on Sunday, and those Amateur Radio Club people do some great services in times of disaster. That's your news. Let's take a look at your weather forecast. Looking pretty good today, except there is a chance of rain, but it's going to be cooler. High of 87, scattered showers for tomorrow and Saturday, with highs moderating to the mid to upper 80s. Overnight lows will be in the mid 60s. Right now it is a fairly pleasant 69 degrees where we are, and we're glad that you're with us today. We're back, and as promised, we're going to learn about taking a cruise, and we have with us again a guest that's been with us several times. Glad to have Reva Terry back, Executive Director of the Caring Place, and you have with you Kathleen McAndrews, who is I'm going to call you a travel specialist. Does that work?
Okay.
We're going to learn how to take a cruise and benefit the Caring Place at the same time.
Absolutely.
That's a good thing. Go have fun and benefit a local charity who's doing some great, wonderful things for this community. So, is this a first for the Caring Place?
It is.
How did this come about? Was this your idea or Kathleen's?
Kathleen's brainchild,
Kathleen's
yes.
idea. How'd you come up with that, Kathleen?
Well, the Caring Place helped my daughter out
Yeah.
last holidays, and I wasn't able to help her as much as I could, and the Caring Place stepped in and brought them some great goodies and everything for the holidays, and I definitely believe in paying it forward.
Yeah.
So when we came up with this cruise, I was going to do something with the Caring Place. last winter with something else I had involved, and the snow kind of canceled that.
Oh, we had snow, didn't
We did.
Yeah.
So I still had it in my mind to do something, and I came up with this cruise idea.
Great.
To benefit the caring place. So not only can you go on a great cruise and have a lot of fun, $70 of each cabin is going to be donated toward the caring place.
Really? That's
So,
significant. That's great.
So we're real excited.
You have a travel agency. It's called A Bit Wiser
Absolutely,
Travel?
A Bit Wiser Travel,
Yeah.
and there's a reason behind that name.
Okay. What, you want to share that?
We were booked, my husband and I were going on a cruise for our honeymoon, and when the travel agent booked the cruise for us, asked us did we want the insurance, and we're like, no, we don't need it, and that was the end of it. We ended up not being able to go, and we lost a considerable amount of money because we didn't have the travel insurance. So I thought, you know, I've been in sales my whole life, and I know that I can do a better job than this. So that's where it came about, and so therefore I am a bit wiser to the fact that you need to have. I encourage it. You don't have to have it, but it's like any kind of insurance. It's there if you need it.
If you need it.
You know, and it's something that
Yeah.
you should have, because you
Wow.
never know. I mean, this cruise is a year and a half out, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. And I guess the travel insurance is not that expensive, so
No,
it's,
it
it's
isn't.
a good investment.
It's around $100 per person, but when you look at the end result, it's
Investment, yeah.
basically
Wow, that's
very
great.
affordable for
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, Reba, I assume that you're excited and probably wanting to go on this cruise.
I'm not making plans, but you never know.
You never know. Well, when Kathleen came to you with this idea, what was the initial reaction from you and your folks there at the Caring
Well,
Center?
we welcome, of course, support from any organization that would like to help us, and this is just a very creative way.
Yeah. I don't know of any other charity that's actually done that in this area. So, unique idea. Well, how do they get involved? They go to the caring place, or do they contact?
I believe that Reba's got some flyers there
Do
at
you?
the caring place. I have some flyers made up that has all the information. They can be grabbed right off the counter at Addressia Fair, which is next to Jenkins Deli.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
right there on the cash wrap, so just open the door, go in, and help yourself to a flyer. The good thing about this cruise, well, there's many good things, but one of the good things about this cruise is it can go on layaway. So how many things can you put on layaway in this day and age? So
Never heard of a cruise being on layaway.
cruise on layaway. So
That's amazing.
for $50 per person, that reserves your spot on the cruise. The balance does not have to be paid. The balance of the deposit does not have to be paid until May 2012. So in the meantime,
got a
you
year.
can make payments on it.
They
You
got
want
a
to
year.
make $25, $50 a month payments.
Okay. So
And-
$50 down, puts it on layaway, and then they can make payments as they want to. There's no set amount?
No, there's no set amount. $250 per person has to be paid by May 2012, and then the balance doesn't have to be paid until August 2012. So it's affordable way, even for the young people.
Yeah.
Because
Ev-
how many vacations can you take for $573?
Is that the cost?
That is an interior cabin.
Maybe I'll go.
I wish you would. I wish you would.
Oh, I haven't had a cruise in a long time.
And that's for the interior. Now, everybody has their own thing about an interior. My husband kept saying, oh, he'd get claustrophobic if he was in an interior, but what he's found, and the way I feel, is you're not in your cabin.
Right.
You go to your cabin to shower the sand and the suntan lotion off of you,
Yeah.
and you're out on the ship most of the time, or you come back and you go to sleep.
That's correct.
But for those that do want a balcony cabin, it's $763 per person.
Now, balcony, is that overlook the water?
Well, it gives you a little balcony to walk out on,
Yeah,
so
over
that
the
you
water.
can see the water
Well,
and
that
everything.
would be nice, and it's only $7.61.
Absolutely. How many vacations can you take for 7 days for approximately $100 per day? You can't stay in a hotel for $100
No,
a day.
and is this all inclusive for the food as well?
Absolutely. The only thing it does not include is your alcoholic beverages. So, and that's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
There is a $70 per person gratuity charge, which is basically $10 a day
Yeah.
per person, and that pays your cabin steward, your maitre d', your server. We encourage you to give them more because they do work on their tips. But you'll have your bed turned back in the evening when you go to bed. You'll have everything
pampered, treated just like royalty.
Oh, I'm telling you, all the steak and lobster and my husband's favorite escargot you can eat. I tell people if you don't gain 10 pounds on a cruise, you are doing something wrong.
That's what I found, yes. I love the cruise, and we had the inside cabin, and you're exactly right. You don't stay in your cabin, and you just go there to sleep and shower, and that's about it.
That's true.
It's just a wonderful way to travel. And for, well, 7-day cruise, and it begins at 500 and what?
$73.
That's less than $100 a day.
Exactly.
Including your food.
And your Broadway entertainment, because if you've never gone, the entertainment on a cruise ship is top notch.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
And they have activities almost 24/7.
That's right. The activities director, just on the cruise I was on, it was NCL. They had something going all the time.
I don't know how they do it. They are the last people you see when you go to bed at night, and they are the first people you see when you get up in the morning. I mean, they're young. I mean, that's the only thing I can think.
And
they have energy.
This is Carnival Cruise Lines,
This
right?
is Carnival, which is known as a little bit of a party ship.
Yeah,
so
it'll be fun.
It'll be absolutely great. And if you want to take your kids, there is a discount for the third and fourth person in a cabin. And they have a lot of activities for the children. And this particular cruise, the ports are, the first and second day you're at sea. Don't think you're going to get bored at sea. It's going to take you at least 2 days to find out where you're going, to find out where the food is and the activities. The third day you're going to be in Cozumel, Mexico. The fourth day in Belize. The fifth day in Mahogany Bay. And also, that's in the Isle Rotan. The sixth day, you're going to be in the Grand Caymans, the Cayman Islands.
Oh, I love the Grand Caymans.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah,
gorgeous,
it's
gorgeous.
wonderful.
And the
7
seventh
Mile
day, you're
Beach.
back at sea.
It's just beautiful. 7 Mile Beach and Grand Caymans.
I mean, all these ports are just amazing.
Yeah,
just
they really
amazing. And we're going to have to talk Reba into going.
I think she should go.
I think she should too. And we've already got 9 cabins booked. 9 cabins already.
Isn't that great?
So, and we're just getting started. So.
Yeah. What fun to go with a group of people that you know from the Cleveland-Bradley County area and just spend the time, 7 days, having fun on the ocean.
Absolutely.
And visiting all those exotic places that you talked about. And I can't believe how affordable that is, Reba.
It is.
It is really affordable. Less than $100 a day, and if you went for the balcony, it's just a little over $100,
right,
about $110.
$763.
That's incredible. That's a bargain, and plus you'll be benefiting the Caring Place.
And that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we go and take a break, tell us a little bit of what's going on at the Caring Place, Reba.
Well, we're continuing, of course, to see a lot of folks who are in need of food and clothes, and our most recent program added was the Diaper Love program.
Oh yeah.
Which we're seeing a lot of folks benefiting from that.
That really came to the forefront during and right after the April 27th storms. Diaper Love got involved, and so it's continuing on through the Caring Place.
Yes.
That's great. Well, and you always need volunteers, I know
Always.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, and how can someone volunteer? How can they get in touch with you?
You can call our office at 472-4414 or visit our website, thecaringplaceonline.org. You can download a volunteer application there and submit it either electronically or mail it to us.
Yeah, that's great. Well, the Caring Place, you can ask anybody. The Caring Place is doing one of the most fantastic jobs ministering to the people in need here in Bradley County. And we're fortunate to have you in this community.
Absolutely.
And if you want to help the Caring Place and you want to go have some fun too, book this cruise.
Absolutely.
And it's a year and a half out, so they've
It's a year and a half out.
plenty of time. You know, $560 bucks.
Right.
You probably spend that much on Coca-Cola between now and then. So put your money aside and take a cruise and just have a lot of fun. That does really sound like a lot of fun. Is there a website where they can log on and find out more about this?
Yes,
Kathleen?
www.abitwisertravel.com. And I believe Reba has it on her.
You have it on your website. What is your website, Reba?
thecaringplaceonline.org.
Caringplaceonline.org. That's easy enough. And you can pick up those brochures at the Dressy Affair.
A Dressy Affair.
And that's right next to Jenkins. Everyone knows where Jenkins is.
Absolutely.
So just go in there and get one of those brochures. Really, you need to consider this. It's a deal. I've taken cruises. This is a deal. and it's on one of the best ships, I think, out there. It's, what's it, 3 football fields long?
This one is. Now, this is considered one of the smaller
Yeah, I know,
ships,
but that's-
which is hard to believe at 3 football fields long.
It's a small city.
It is. Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's always the Navy guys that are worse. They'll always say, "I spent how many years on a Navy cruiser," and they're like, and you have to convince them this is nothing like a Navy cruiser.
No.
This is a small city.
Yeah, it's a small city with all the modern conveniences and some
Exactly.
of the best food. One of my favorite times on my cruise was, I think it was the last night when they had the captain's banquet. And oh, what a show they put on. And all the maitre d's and the servers, and they come dancing through with the little flashing
Right.
lights. And oh man, it's quite a show. So you need to go just for that. And you can eat 24 hours a day.
I'm telling you, you can.
It's
One
a
of my
lot
favorite
fun.
things to do.
Be sure and check them out. Go on a cruise and benefit the caring place at the same time. Thank you, Reba.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
You're
for coming.
welcome. Thank you for having us.
We have to take a break. 7:19. Back in a moment.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Hello, I'm Pastor Greg Casto of the United Christian Church here at 2200 Peerless Road, Cleveland, Tennessee. I want you to make plans right now to be here at our Holy Ghost Camp Meeting 2011 with signs, wonders, and miracles. Why don't you go to our website right now and get all the information or call the number on the screen, because you're not going to want to miss these day service, evening service, great speakers, choirs, singers, such great talent. You're going to want to be here in Cleveland, Tennessee.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
7:22, your time. Glad you joined us today, and want to thank Reba Terry and Kathleen for coming in. Kathleen McAndrews from A Bit Wiser Travel, telling us about this great cruise coming up. You really need to do this, folks. It's going to be a great cruise. We're just all making plans. We're gonna go. I think it's probably a done deal. You didn't know that, did you, Byron? We hadn't talked you into it yet. He's gonna go.
I'm going.
He's gonna go. We've all taken cruises before. It's a lot of fun. This is one of the most affordable cruises I've ever seen in my life. It's for a good cause, and you'll be with a lot of friends and people from this area that you know. Byron's back. It's been a while since you've been here. Byron is from Landmark Insurance and Brokerage, and what are we going to talk about today?
Dan, I think we're talking about auto insurance today. We've talked about that in the past, but it's been some time. We've been talking about homeowners insurance and renters and condo insurance. So I thought we would kind of circle back around and cover auto insurance again.
First of all, before we get too far into it, let's find out where Landmark is located.
Landmark is located across from the YMCA on Stewart Road. The old Coppinger building is what a lot of folks might remember the facility being. So
great. Auto insurance has evolved over the years, and it is. There was a time in Tennessee when it wasn't mandated, but now it's it's the law.
I grew up in Florida. When I came to Tennessee,
Yeah.
I didn't have to have it, and I thought, this is a little foreign, this is a
Yeah.
little odd.
Same way with me, coming here from Kansas City. When I came here 40 years ago, you didn't have to have insurance, and there was a lot of drivers running around without insurance, and you get hit, and it's a problem. There's still a few
There's
out
still
there,
a number of drivers.
but I noticed I was with I won't tell on her, but Melissa Woody got stopped, and I was with her. Oh, did I mention her name? I'm sorry.
I won't tell on her, but here's her name.
Oh, there was about 5 of us, and she was driving, and we were talking. We were on the community exchange a couple of weeks ago, and we were driving along, and we were just talking. And if you know Melissa, she was talking. And suddenly she said, "Oh no!" We were going through Knoxville, and she looked up, and there were blue lights in her rearview mirror, and she said, "We're going to get pulled over." But I noticed the first thing that the officer asked for was her insurance. Said, "Let me see your insurance and your license." And so it is important that you have your car insurance and have proof of car insurance, because if you don't, what happens? You get a ticket?
Yeah, you get a ticket, and you better go get some insurance and prove it to them. So, the state requires, has some requirements, some coverage limits that it requires, 25, 50, and 15. Most of your coverage limits are 3 numbers. The first 2 being bodily injury. So the first number, 25, is $25,000 per person in bodily injury. The next number they require is 50, and that's per accident. So if more than one person is involved in the accident, 2 or 5 or 10, they get to kind of share in that, that second number there. And then $15,000 for property damage. Property damage is other autos. It could be a mailbox, it could be a fence, a light pole, whatever kind of property might be involved in any kind of an accident. And those limits, though, are not always enough. And so there's a lot of folks that are probably underinsured, even though they're legal. You can be legal and still be underinsured. And you don't find that out oftentimes until you need the insurance. And you don't want to find yourself with low-lying limits and lawsuits and all kind of stuff.
Now, a lot of people, and I've been in that category. A lot of people, they want the insurance, but they want to be covered as cheaply as possible. Is that a good idea?
You know, it's not a bad idea. It's not that you want to pay a lot for your auto insurance. You don't have to necessarily. But you do want to be certain you have enough in the way of coverages. And most folks, I think of auto insurance as liability or full coverage. They come in and they'll say, "Hey, I've got full coverage auto insurance, you don't want a quote." Or we can say they want a quote and they say, "Well, what are we looking at?" Well, full coverage. Well, that's about 10% of the story, maybe 5% of the story. There's so much more involved. And then other folks say, "Well, I just want liability." You know? And all they know about liability, and when they say that typically, is that they're legal, and other folks are kind of covered if they get in an accident, maybe, depending upon those limits. And most people know that their own auto is not covered if they just have liability. And if they're asking for liability, a lot of times they have money in the bank, or the car's older, it's paid for, and the bank doesn't require insurance anymore because the bank's not involved in the auto anymore. And so there's people have varying ideas about auto insurance, I guess you might say. And so just keep in mind that there's more to the story than liability. And
liability covers the other driver in case it's your fault. Comprehensive would cover your car if it's a one-car accident, I assume?
That's probably the easiest way to think about it. Is liability is others, and then comprehensive covers your car too. And then personal property would be if you ran into a ditch and knocked over somebody's really expensive mailbox. It would cover the mailbox. It would, yeah. The comprehensive would cover mailbox, rocks. Collision would get your car completely repaired in the event that you hit another car. There's something, another car involved, or more than one car involved. Now here again, if your limits aren't enough, or you owe more on the car than it's worth, and you don't have the proper coverages in place to cover you being upside down, as you might say, in your loan, then there's other things to keep in mind. But generally speaking,
we've got about a minute left, Byron. But is it important every once in a while to have what I call an insurance review? Just have a professional like yourself.
It's a good idea. We all things change in life. Our financial place changes, and families grow, and your needs change, and it's not a bad idea at all to have a professional look at your policy and make sure you're covered and kind of explain to you, say, hey, here's my policy. I think I know what it says. How do you interpret this? And what do you have any concerns about it? And let the professional give you give you some feedback there.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
I
free.
think you gave us that advice a few weeks ago, right after the storms hit, and I actually did that. I went and had a review, and I was pleased to know that I was okay. But it made me feel better. I slept better at night, knowing that.
Just knowing I need to do that.
Yeah, you really
I need
should.
to do that.
Byron, how do folks get in touch with you if they need a review on their insurance?
Phone number is 478-3872, and our web address, you can find us online at www.landmarki4insurancebforbrokerage.com.
Very good, and they're located right there on Stewart Road, right across from the YMCA. Thanks for coming in again. It's always good to get a refresher on what's happening with our auto and home insurance. Appreciate you coming in, Byron.
Enjoyed it.
We are out of time. I want to thank Michelle Becker for being back today.
Thank
Good to
you.
have you back. It's been
Good
a
to be
while.
back.
I'm
It's been a while.
So glad that you're back. Glad that you're here this morning. Hope you have a great day. Take an umbrella just in case. I won't see you tomorrow. I'm going to take a day off and have a long weekend and go spend some time with my grandson. So I'll see you next week. Have a good time, and don't forget this Carnival Cruise. You're going to enjoy it. Bye-bye.